Hey there, beautiful souls. Whether you're focused on your career, your finances, or long-term stability, this intuitive career and money tarot reading is meant to find you. If you're new here, welcome to Universal Wisdom Tarot. And if you're returning, thank you so much for being here again. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe for ongoing spiritual guidance and clarity. Let's take a deep breath together and ground into the present moment as we uncover the opportunities, challenges, and guidance unfolding for your career and financial path. Ready to see what's coming in? Let's dive in. Hey there, beautiful Leo souls. This is your career and money reading, and it's for mid-July. I have already asked for blessings for the reading. Let's get the cards out and we'll connect to the energies. All right, Leo. Sort of a mixed bag of cards on the table here. I mean, you have a couple of court cards, you have wands, you have cups, you have a few more swords on the table. So definitely something going on in your mind there, a lot going on in the head. I'm going to start right with the current general energies here of Temperance, clarified by the King of Swords and the Queen of Cups. I am going to say that the current situation for you, represented by the Temperance card here, tells us that you're trying to create some balance here. Okay, you're trying to create some stability. Perhaps for some of you, you're trying to get some control over something within your career and your financial world. Okay, it's like you're poised and you're ready. You're ready for progress. You're ready to do something. But it's like you're holding it all together with this patience, with this temperance. Okay? So, your energy here really suggests that you're trying to hold it together, okay? You're trying to hold together the mind and the heart. You're trying to say, I need some balance between my head, what it's telling me is logical, and what I feel and I really desire. Okay? So you're blending logic with intuition. You're trying to harmonize your feelings to that. Your head says, maybe you should be doing this in your work life. Your heart is saying, yeah, but I enjoy this. But your head's saying, but you need to make money. Okay, so you're trying to hold it all together with this Temperance card, and you're trying to balance something, but at the same time, you're saying, patience, it's coming. I gotta, something's gotta come through. Something's gotta come here. I do feel you break free here in the outcome. And I feel that break does change things for you. Okay? So I feel like you do kind of get that break. And, but for some of you, you definitely want to break free. You want to break through some kind of wall, some kind of something that's like you're coming up hard against it. and you're poised for the progress, but you're like, come on, just give way. Okay. This is definitely strong when it comes to the balance, right? You're not balanced, or you haven't been balanced. You don't feel like either your energy is balanced. You don't feel like your amount of work level is balanced. You don't feel like maybe you love something, but it's not logical, or it's logical to do something, but you don't really love it. Okay. That can be because you should make money, but you don't really like your job, okay, or your career, or what have you. You should move onward. So it's definitely a balancing act. Okay. And it's kind of like saying you're trying to say, what's the right balance between the strategic thinking, but the emotional feelings, okay? One side of you wants to be practical. One side of you wants to make rational decisions about money and career. The other side of you is saying, hey, I want to be fulfilled. I want to be happy. I want to listen to my intuition. My intuition tells me I love this. I've always loved this. I'm more passionate about something else. Okay. So I feel like you're definitely navigating something here professionally. For some of you, it could be about relationships, right? Because these are also people. All right. So you have the king and a queen. Okay. Now one could be you, one could be somebody else. Maybe both are you. Maybe it's both sides of your characteristics of you. But I feel like there is, maybe you're also trying to navigate some relationships with people. And, sometimes you need to be diplomatic and logical with that king. And other times you need to be a little bit more empathetic with that queen. All right. So there's both a little bit of diplomacy there, but also boundaries that you're saying don't cross these boundaries. All right. So Leo, I feel like there's a lot going on for you in this current general energies. Right now, it's patience. That's why you need that's why you have the temperance card. It's saying patience, moderation. Okay. Things aren't going to move like you want them to move, but they're aligning behind the scenes. That is what I'm feeling for you. You might not see it happening, but something is aligning for you through the universe. Okay. Now let's get into your challenge cards here. The blockages. Emperor, clarified by Seven of Wands and Ace of Swords. So, when we get the Emperor, and that's a blockage, you're saying the blockage is around power. It's around control. It's around leadership. Okay. That's where you're coming up against the wall. The wall is saying either you believe you should be in a better leadership position, but it's not coming. You should be taking control of something and you aren't. You are powerful, but you just don't feel it. Okay. You're definitely standing your ground, though. Okay. So you're trying to stand your ground and say to somebody, see, look at me, look at my abilities. I am capable. I could be in that position. I could take that job. I could have something better. I could leave this position and find something more. I know I can. Okay. That is what's driving you, that comes to this break, that breaking free. Okay. That change that just flips everything on a dime. Okay. You might be dealing with some authority figures in your workplace that are what make you need to stand your ground. Okay. With that Seven of Wands and that Emperor, right? So for some of you, it's about that. For some of you, it's even about workplace competition. Okay. And for some of you, it's about the way the workplace system works. And that system might be too rigid, or there's pressure to prove yourself for some of you. And that system you just go, this is crazy. Why do I even work here? Like this place, like they're so the system just is ridiculous. Okay. You're definitely going to defend yourself. You're going to defend your position. You're going to defend your reputation, your ideas, your achievements. So it could feel a little bit tiring for some of you because you maybe have been doing that for a while. So it could feel exhausting at times, especially if you are constantly feeling challenged or questioned by that emperor position, that person who is in the emperor position for you. Okay. And you're looking for the breakthrough. You need the breakthrough with the Ace of Swords. You're looking for the truth to cut through the garbage, I want to say. You're looking for it to cut through the confusion. You want the clarity. And, for some of you, the challenge is maybe speaking more directly and saying, hey, I could do that. Hey, I'm standing over here. I've got that skill. I'm capable of it. Sometimes we need to speak up for that, to assert yourself confidently. Okay, that might be the challenge for some of you. Maybe to make a decisive professional move instead of being so diplomatic like you have been with that Temperance King and Queen. Okay. And by the way, there's ways to speak up and still be diplomatic, all right? You just need to find the right words to do so. Okay. I do feel like there's Emperor leadership energy here that really wants to emerge for you much more strongly. All right. So, it's okay to be decisive. It's okay to speak up. It's okay to do that. And you can still be diplomatic. Remember that. Okay. Outcome, interesting, Devil. Clarified by the moon in the reverse, though, which is very interesting. And I do prefer the moon in the reverse, okay? Especially in the outcome position. 4 of Swords as well there. Very fascinating because the Devil, usually points to something that's unhealthy, okay? Like an attachment or a fear or a burnout. And so does the moon indicate usually fear or doubt, right? Or self-doubt. But you have it in the reverse. And so with those two, that combination, I feel like, there isn't maybe you can get over the burnout, or you can get over the fear, or you can get over the toxic environment, or maybe for some of you that, financial obsession, I feel for somebody here. And and everything sort of points in your outcome to the fact that you're waking up. You're waking up to this understanding that, yeah, I could break through this. I could break free of this. I feel like somebody is waking up and realizing they can release something here. Okay? The confusion is definitely lifting for you with that moon reversed. Okay? Whatever was hidden now becomes visible when the moon is in reverse position. Okay? So if you couldn't see it before, it starts to become very clear to you. That's why you're waking up. It starts to become very clear to you what's going on. Okay? 4 of Cups says renewed motivation. And finally, recognizing opportunities that were previously ignored, okay, for some of you, okay, or where you were blocking something, you're no longer willing to block it out, I feel, okay. Definitely also an energy of healing and recovery. So when I said something was exhausting before, you start to probably become more of yourself and have a little bit more energy there. Leo, so I'd say you're stepping back from that exhaustion, that mental exhaustion that may have been experiencing. But overall, Leo, I'd say, like, it looks like you're breaking free from something that was limiting you, whatever that is, patterns, way of doing things around your money, around your work. And you may finally be seeing something much more clearly that was draining your energy. You're beginning to make much more healthier choices when it comes to your money and career. Healthier choice in money could be you've decided you know what, I don't need to buy all that stuff. Okay, could be that for some of you, right? But I would just say that you're definitely making better choices, more empowered choices, so that you can move forward. So I feel like something definitely finds you. Okay, I feel like the spotlight kind of finds you. Um, because you do have some natural leadership abilities, Leo, and you need to let them shine. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, you are going to start to collaborate much more effectively at the end of this. Maybe you're going to acknowledge you're going to be acknowledged for some hard work, right? This is the whole diplomatic thing, and not speaking and then speaking, and you get the recognition for it, and it comes out, and it allows you to break free of that. uh, Definitely maybe securing some kind of a win for yourself. It feels like a win. Okay, just trust your instincts, and it'll guide you through sort of the maze that you feel like you might be in. Okay, and remember that every choice that you make, it lies in some kind of foundation that is a stepping stone to your success. All right, my friends, that's where I'm leaving it today. I hope something resonated. Don't forget to hit the like button, click the subscribe button if you want to join this community. I would truly be grateful for your support of the channel, and it allows me to keep doing readings like this. Now, I'll see you again very soon. Until then, I'm wishing you, as always, divine light and love.